I'm going to give you 5 reasons why people are not getting the results that they want. So the first reason why, you do not follow the system. Okay? Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. That's really the acronym. Don't recreate the wheel. We're going to recreate you. It's proven. This business won't work being the person that you are on the phone right now. You have to get better. You will not get what you want being who you are. Okay? And when we say you don't follow this system, that means you don't get on the calls. You don't have your working capital. And first and foremost, your working capital is that you don't have a list, not your cell phone, but a list of at least 50 to 100 people, and that you continue to build upon. That means, of course, getting out of your comfort zone and having to meet people, right? The second reason is that you didn't give the system enough time to work. Wake Up Now is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-option, And the individuals that's going to make the most money is the ones that's going to outlast and are ready to win the marathon. If you don't open your mouth, you tell people no yourself for everybody. You tell everybody no. And it's going to take different times for different people because everybody's going to come into this business at different levels. Save yourself self-induced frustration. You can't look at the next man or the next woman and think you're supposed to be in their position because maybe you ain't put in enough work. Maybe you ain't got to that level. Maybe you haven't gotten your mind right in regards to do the things that, again, that needs to be done. Okay? Everyone is on their own journey, and they're on their own marathon. Are you willing to go through what it takes to make 6 figures a month? Right? People go to school for 5 years, getting 6 figures worth of that, and there's no guarantee that they're going to get a job. But then some people ask why it costs $99.95 to get into my business. This business is nothing but a self-development course with a phenomenal compensation plan. And it's going to take about 12 months to go from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. All right? The third reason why people don't get the results or they fail, they took the no's personally. All right? No's build character. Yeses are going to build your dream home. Those individuals that expose the most, they cash the biggest checks. If you're still taking no's personally, you're not in business yet. Fourth reason, you don't attend the trainings, you don't stay plugged in, you don't know what you have. You can't be in Wake Up Now and not know what you have your hands on. This industry creates more millionaires than any other industry, right, combined. If a new rep is not plugged in, it's like a light bulb that stays on. It's going to eventually go out because they're not connected. And let me tell you what confused people do. They do nothing but quit, right? So get trained up, stay connected. The fifth thing is this. You did not embrace change. You have to embrace change. The world is forever evolving, and you have to adapt. The life of your dreams is on the other side of your comfort zone. You shouldn't be asking, what if it doesn't work? The question really is, what if it does work? So as a man thinketh, so is he. Embrace the process and embrace the change. This industry is 20 times bigger than the NBA and even more profitable. Okay? The only thing constant in life is change. Adversity, as we go through our business, is going to create an advantage. It's either going to make someone or it's going to break someone. Those are the 5 reasons why individuals are not getting the results that they want, or they end up failing in business. And I'm going to go through them real quick again. 1, you're not following the system. Okay, save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. The second reason why, you didn't give the system enough time. Your income will not outgrow your personal growth. All right? Step 3, you took the no's personally. Individuals are not telling you no as a person. They're telling the opportunity no. Don't take it personal. And every no is not a no forever. People go through changes every 60 to 90 days. And think about if the owner of Starbucks gave up after its 200th no. 230 banks told Starbucks no. The 4th reason, you don't attend the trainings. And I'm going to say, really critically, every training. You have to stay connected. You have to get better. You have to know better. And again, the last thing is you do not embrace the change that comes with the responsibility of becoming a 5-figure and a 6-figure earner. And with that, I'm going to give the call back to our queen of the castle, Mrs. Kiana Woods.
Wow, I appreciate that training so much, Charlotte. I really do, guys. I hope that you really took a lot of notes on that right there. Those 5 steps will help us so much. I know I took notes, so I hope you took notes as well, guys. But again, we're going to keep this show rolling. We don't want to waste time. This next caller that is about to come up, guys, you don't understand. He's about to share with you what you should do in the first 48 hours. Guys, we've all heard of the first 48, and that's a very crucial time in any situation. So, of course, in our business, in our dreams, something that we're planning to do and that we're doing right now, it is crucial that we do what we have to in the first 48 hours. So I am super excited and honored to share this next caller with you all. He is a top founder 3 as well in this company. He is the CEO of the No Bosses Association, guys. He has a lot of fun with his team. He has a lot of fun out here. I enjoy being around this gentleman because he always has a smile on his face, guys. He's somebody that you want to be around. It is a pleasure, guys, to introduce to you all Founder 3, Mr. Kenny Jordan. Mr. Jordan, are you on the line? Press star 6, Mr. Jordan. Yes, sir, I can hear you.
All right. Perfect. Everybody on the call, thank you so much, Miss Kiana Woods, queen of Lavish Life Concepts. I really appreciate that wonderful introduction, okay, and everything that you bring to the table, your leadership, and, of course, your support of our Founder 6 and founder of Lavish Life Concepts, Mr. D.L. Woods, who I know is having a great time in Cancun. So everybody, welcome. Yes, I know. I saw the pictures. So everyone on the call, listen. Look, we are super excited about what I'm about to share with you right now. If you're not familiar with me, let me introduce myself. My name is Kenny Jordan, founder of the No Bosses Association, the NBA, okay? And, of course, under the Lavish Life Concept wing, I'm a Founder 3, maxed out. I've been in this business a little over 70 days, okay? And we've had a lot of success as far as what we've been able to do in producing Founder 3s with this simple program what I'm about to introduce to you right now. So understand, everybody has seen the show called First 48. Is that right? That's the time where something goes extremely wrong in a situation. Let's say if someone got murdered or whatever, the police, in the first 48 hours, that's the most crucial time for them to get evidence on that situation, okay? Now, the first 48 hours for us is a very, very crucial time in business. So we call this the first 48 and wake up now. Okay, before we start what you should do in the first 48, I have to address this. The first thing you need to do when you join Wake Up Now as a new representative, you need a reason why you are doing this business. Let me say that again. You need a reason why first before you even start to even speak about Wake Up Now to anybody else, okay, before you even get started, okay? If you're not emotionally involved in this, you will not succeed. You need to be emotionally involved with something bigger than you before you start to even promote Wake Up Now. So think about it. Write down why you're really doing this business. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this to pay off debt? Are you doing this for your kids? You want to spend more time with your kids. You work a massive amount of hours, and you love to make that type of income you make in your job from a home so you can see your kids grow. Okay? Would you like to retire your parents? I know that's my reason why. The reason I got started in this because I want to see my mother since she don't got to work anymore. I see my parents struggle. I see my father, okay, working hard and still having to work, okay? And I want my parents to be retired. And me having the knowledge that I have and I see this program, my reason why is so big, there's not nothing that could stop me to achieve what I'm going to do because it's bigger than me, okay? So everyone needs a reason why before you even get started. So once you find that reason why, you write that down and you hold on to it. Now, once you do that, this is a step you take next. Now you're going to start the first 48. You want to make a list of 25 to 50 people, okay? 25 to 50 people. 25 people you do not think that's going to join, all right? And then you make a list of 25 people that you do think that's going to join. What we have found is the people that you do think that's going to join won't, and the people that you won't will, all right? We're saying that to say don't prejudge anybody who comes into this business or anybody that you are actually trying to open up this business opportunity to. You don't know what they're going through in their life. Last week they could have been fully employed. This week they could be fully unemployed. You have no idea. So we're going to sift through these lists with no judgment. As you go through this list with major excitement, okay? Say something similar to, I have something major going on. I might have good news for you. Are you interested in making more money than you're currently making right now? This list should be names and numbers. As you're going through and you're asking these questions, 90% of people that you speak to are going to say yes. They're going to say how. How can I make this extra money? All right? When they respond to you, if they say yes, ask them what time can they hear about it. 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or 6 p.m. Now you're giving them the times, okay? When you say 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or 6 p.m., that's Central Standard. Eastern is 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 7 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, why am I saying those times? Because guess what? The Project 5000 call is going on Monday through Friday, where you're going to put new prospects on the line where they're going to hear a live presentation from somebody inside of Wake Up Now, whether it's myself, Mr. D.L. Woods, one of these people, okay, one of these people who are making money in Wake Up Now, you're going to hear a live, good presentation. Most of the work is done for you. I've been in network marketing for several years. I've never seen it this easy to grow your business where your leaders are doing so much to expose the business for new representatives. You don't have to do much talking yet. Ask them 2 p.m., 4 p.m., or 6 p.m., Eastern, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., or 7 p.m. They say 7 p.m., perfect. I'll call you at 7 p.m., and I'll tell you about how you can make some extra money. At 7 p.m., then you give them a call. Then what you do is simply chime them in on three-way. You chime in Project 5000 on three-way. You say, hold on 1 second. And then the call will come in and start presenting the opportunity. After they hear the call, because now you know they're on the line with you. Now, all right? So you know they're hearing it. Now, once they hear the call, afterwards you ask them if they have any questions, okay? And after you do that, then you get them online with your upline, so your upline should have a 5 to 10 minute close on the phone with you. Your upline should be answering the questions of that person. Your upline should be telling their testimony and bearing witness to what that person was saying is true, okay? So After they do that, then you get your upline on the phone. Your upline will help you close. Let's say, for example, your person is not available at 2 p.m., 4 p.m., or 6 p.m., okay? Now what you could do is ask them the time when they can hear the information. But meanwhile, send them the presentation, the video. So that way they're getting some form of presentation, okay? And then you're going to set up a time afterwards, a more convenient time for them to get them online with your upline. And guess what your upline is going to do? Help you close. This is a team effort. Once again, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, do not be discouraged when people tell you no. We heard the young lady who just came before me with that wonderful reasons, 5 reasons why people end up leaving or quitting. Listen, she made some great points speaking about you cannot be discouraged when people tell you no. We do not need everyone. Remember that. If you made a list of 50 people, and let's say you have 38 no's, ladies and gentlemen, and 12 yeses, that's $600 a month in our program. You think we're worried about the no's? Accept the no's. The no just means you're getting closer to your yes. So if you had 38 no's out of 50-page paper with 50 people on there, had 12 yeses, you're still getting $600 a month in our program. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't need everybody. Everybody's not going to always do everything, okay? We actually need people who are visionaries, who own businesses and run businesses. And then you need employees for those businesses. You need people to deliver the UPS box, right? You need people to deliver pizza. You need people to do certain things that you don't want to do. Just don't let it be you for the rest of your life. So understand, we don't need everybody, okay? There has to be some chiefs and there has to be some Indians. So do not reinvent the wheel. System stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Let me say that again. Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Follow the system. If you actually listen to what your uplines are telling you, the ones who are actually making income in this, we are not telling you this because it doesn't work. All of us use an upline, okay, second voices to help us get promoted to the level that we're at, all right? So this actually works. Follow the system, okay? And also, listen, get your volume in as a new representative. First and foremost, if you're sitting in the back office and your yellow still back there, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, why did you join Wake Up Now? Did you join to be a customer or you want to make money in this deal? You need to get your volume in. What is volume? The $99.95 Platinum package. Go ahead and knock that out. It's the best investment you're ever going to make, okay? Why you do not have that volume, you're missing out on plenty savings on things that you're doing in your daily life. You cannot get paid for your shopping as long as you're not qualified, okay? You don't have TaxBot, so you're missing out on 56 cents on every mile that you're driving, okay? You're missing out on all the write-offs every day that you could have in TaxBot as long as you're not qualified. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and knock that out. When I got started, I didn't have the money right away. I had to borrow it from a friend of mine, all right? And I said, listen, brother, I'll pay you back this up-and-coming Friday. He loaned me $100, and I got started immediately, and then I went ahead and paid him back when I had the initial money. D.L. Woods, the individual, the CEO of Lavish Life Concepts, he had to give blood, ladies and gentlemen, to start Wake Up Now. He gave blood. That's how serious it was. Now he's 23 years old, a founder of 6, and retired. So was that a good investment or was it not? Okay, remember, you cannot get funds released to you by Wake Up Now until you get qualified. So these are things you should do in your first 48 hours. Did you join to make money? Once again, do not miss the wave, ladies and gentlemen. We have major traffic right now. Seymour Green, just a global executive. We have the eyes of all these leaders and all these other companies around who are looking at Wake Up Now because we just made MLM history. What has been done has never been done in history, okay? So don't miss the wave. Get in, get qualified, follow the system of the first 48, and the final thing, use the products and services so you can tell others about it. That way you have a hands-on experience so if someone comes to look at your website, and you can also inform them of how to use these services and the benefits of them, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and close out with this. It was a quote from Barack Obama. He said, change will not come if we wait for some other wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek. That is Barack Obama. God bless you, everyone else. Let's rank up. I'm out. Back to you,
Wow.
Miss Woods.
Wow, Mr. Kenny Jordan. That was an awesome presentation, guys. I hope that you got that, what he said. He said you need a reason why you do this business. You have to make a list and follow the system, guys. Those are key things to do in the first 48 hours, guys. Mr. Kenny Jordan, I thank you for that call, man. I thank you for those nuggets. They're really going to help. I appreciate you for that.
You are welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we're going to switch gears. Before I bring up our last and final caller or guest speaker, guys, I want to take this time to share some information with you all, just share a small testimony, guys, with you all, and I hope everybody can bear with me. For those that don't know, I'm 34 weeks pregnant, so I might get out of breath just a little bit. Just bear with me, but I really want to share some information with you all because a lot of times you guys hear my husband on this call, Mr. D.L. Woods, the founder of Lavish Life, the founder 6 in this organization, guys, and he shared with you all a lot of times what he had to do to get in this business. And I know some people don't really believe it. They don't really believe the severity of what we had to do to be in this business. But I want to share with you all, from my point of view, from my side, what it takes and what it means to believe, because our last caller is going to talk about the power of belief, guys. And before he gets on, I just want to share with you all, 8 months ago, almost 9 now, when my husband got involved with this business and really started taking it serious and really working hard in this business, we both were given plasma to actually make it. For you all that don't know, we've been in this industry for 5 years. That's actually not where we met, but that's when we decided that we would actually get married and start this journey that we've been taking 5 years ago, guys, in our first company. And it took a lot of belief after failing in our first company, guys. Well, I won't say failing, but not succeeding to the limit that and the potential that we thought we would. It was very, very difficult. We had just had my daughter, who's now 3 years old, guys. We had her at the end of our 2-year run of being in that company, and it really took a lot out of me as a partner, as a spouse, because I was losing my belief. Now, one thing I can say about DL is he stayed believing, no matter what our bank account looked like, no matter what our living situation looked like, no matter what our car situation looked like, he continued to believe. And guys, as a spouse, for those out there that have a spouse or that know a spouse or anything like that that's really taking it hard emotionally, and, you know, you might be that person that's dealing with the spouse that's taking it difficultly. Guys, I just want to share with you, just keep believing. Really keep believing. You know, for me, my emotions sometimes got in the way because it was hard to see past not having something to eat. It was hard to see past not having a car and having to get a ride everywhere. It was hard to see past living with other people and not having our own spot but being married. That was a tough situation for us, guys. It was hard to lay on that bed and give plasma. It was even harder when we first took faith and getting in and wake up now after being in this industry. It was extremely harder to know that, number one, I had gotten pregnant, and no longer would I be able to give plasma, and it would just be my husband by himself that would be able to do so. Guys, that was very, very difficult, a very scary situation for a wife, a mother with a child, now finding out another child is on the way, guys. But because DL continued to believe, he didn't care what I had to say. He didn't care what his family had to say. He didn't let anybody distract him from what he was going to do. He believed that if he just kept going, if he just kept fighting, it was going to work. Guys, I'm telling you, this last 8 months, 9 months have been amazing. I have never seen the lifestyle that we're living so up close ever. And it is absolutely a blessing, and it has humbled us because we know where we came from, guys. And I just want to share that with y'all. Just keep believing. Keep going. Don't let anybody take you from what you believe. Don't let anybody steer you away from what you're doing. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Is it going to be difficult? Yes. Are you going to want to quit sometime? Absolutely. But don't. Keep believing in yourself. You have to realize, what is it going to feel like once I keep believing and I make it? Nobody could have told me how I would feel after being able for the first year in my life to give my daughter a Christmas last year. Since we have been married, since my daughter has been here, we have never been able to have a Christmas tree in our home. Brother Kenny was actually with us when we brought the Christmas tree in and set it up and had everything together. He actually was around when that happened. So, guys, I'm just telling you, keep believing. It's those things right there that you want to believe for. To see that smile on my little baby's face, my 3-year-old's face, to say, Mommy, that's a tree. That's lights. That's Christmas lights. That's something you can't pay for. $100 is more than worth it. That $100 was, I'm telling you, it was so worth it. Because the feeling I have as a mother, the feeling I have as a provider, a person in this business, as a spouse, it is so much greater than that sadness and that pain I felt when we wasn't making it. So, guys, I hope that just touched somebody, just to believe, to not give up on yourself, to not give up because of what people say. Because I'm telling you, staying in a house with a pregnant woman, DL could have took everything I said out of my emotion, and he could have just gave up. And you have to ask yourself, if he would have gave up, if he would have quit, would you even be on this line today? Who would have reached out to you? Because he reached out to somebody that reached out to you, or that reached out to somebody else that then reached out to you. So I want you to just think about that. If he would have stopped believing, where would you be? For those founder threes, those D3s, those D1s, those people that are just getting started and have belief for the first time, where would you be if he would have stopped believing? So, guys, I want to turn this call over to our last and final speaker, because I know he is going to give us something that we need. He's going to help us to continue to move and understand the power of belief. I hope you all have a pen and paper and you are really listening in, and your spirit and body, mind is tuned in, because he's going to really drop this ball on us. And I'm so, so excited that we get to hear from none other than Founder 3, Mr. Mathino Howell Bay. Mr. Bay, are you on the call?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Wow. Guys, I had a lot to say. I had copious notes, as Mr. Woods would say, things I prepared to say, but I am so moved by the spirit of this young woman and DL. This just shows, guys, this business is just so important, man, and what it does, we think about, we see all of the flashing lights and the money and everything, all of the accolades, but the Christmas tree, to be able to bring life back into a family where, that was in financial, destitute, to be able to turn things around because they believed not only in Wake Up Now, but they believed in themselves. They believed that they had a higher purpose, that they were brought here for it. And as a result of them believing, as a result of DL really not catering towards, his current surroundings, he continued to take a look at his future. And as a result, now you have a manifestation. So, guys, I just want to talk about a few things. Again, I'm so overjoyed
obviously, and listen to that story. I'm not going to keep you guys long, but, again, belief is an acceptance, guys. It's an acceptance that it's a statement of what is true. It is a statement of what you think or believe exists. It's trust, it's faith, it's confidence in someone or something, guys. And typically, guys, that comes down to you and yourself only. This business, 90% of this business is really based on belief. Larry did an awesome job in talking about some of the dynamics of what we need to do and when we get started, and all those things are absolutely true. You definitely need to understand the techniques involved. You definitely need to understand the GPS, the map to get going. But, guys, I'm telling you, this business is all about believing where you want to be at. Guys, we don't get what we want. We get exactly what we picture. I'm going to say that again. We don't get what we want. We get exactly what we picture. So, guys, a lot of us have, limiting beliefs that come from our parents, that comes from our surroundings, that comes from, reality TV. And, so if I told you that, money doesn't grow on, a lot of you guys just said trees. If I told you that rich people are, maybe a lot of you said evil people, right? And so a lot of the reason why we're not where we want to be at is because we have these negative stinking thoughts, man, that's in our mind every single day that we got to break through. They're shackling us down. The guy last week, I believe his name is Gary, he talked about us being in prison. And that wasn't just physically, wherever, if you're somewhere where you don't want to be at, then you're in prison. And in that mindset of being in prison, telling yourself that you can't do it, telling yourself that it doesn't exist, telling yourself where you are is where you're supposed to be at, is going to keep you shackled, guys. And so you have to believe that, the creator that of your understanding, whatever you choose to call that creator, put you on this earth for something bigger than your cubicle. He put you here for something bigger than just living in a small apartment or a small house, just struggling just to get by. He put us here for something so much bigger, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this opportunity. Muhammad Ali, he said, in terms of belief, he said, it's the repetition of affirmations that lead us to belief. Again, it's the repetition of affirmations. So what are affirmations, guys? When you get up in the morning, you got to automatically see yourself. I get it. You're in the dorm room. I get it. You're in a condo. I get it. You're not in the house that you want to be in. I get it. You may be in a car that you don't want to drive. But you got to say that, the God or the creator of my understanding put me here to have everything in an abundance of everything, guys. And so with that being said, you got to say, I am greatness. I am successful. I am a motivator. I am a leader. And you got to see yourself being there, guys, because as you see yourself being there, you will be the belief system in knowing that listen, guys, I'm not the most eloquent speaker, guys, but I have the passion and desire to help so many people out to get where they want to be at. My belief is so strong, I can see it. I can see myself becoming a Founder 7. I can see myself being a Sapphire and whatever else they decide to design in that jewelry box, global executive and beyond. I see myself being there today. Guys, I do crazy things in my house right now, which I suggest that you do. There's a book called The Power of Believing, and it talks about, writing down, things on a card, right? Where do you see yourself being, right, in the next 5 years, 2 years, 2 months? I write it down every single day. I have on my dashboard, I have a $1 million check on my dashboard. I have a $114,000 wake up now check all over my house. It's absolutely crazy. You got to write it down. You got to see yourself being there as if you're there right now. You cannot pay attention to your current situation. You got to want it to be better. You got to say it's going to be better, but you got to almost become crazy. Almost, just listen, every day you got to see yourself walking in the beaches of the world. You got to see yourself walking across that stage. You got to see yourself, doing things for your family, doing things for your friends. You got to see yourself tithing more at your church or giving more to your community organizations. You got to already be there already today, guys. And so a lot of us don't do that because we have it backwards. We want to have the having first, right? We want to have the house first and the cars first, and we say once we have the having first, then I'm going to start the doing, right? And then once I have the doing, then I'll have, that's totally backwards, guys. It's a be, do, have approach. Be, believe. You have to become first, right? And so you guys, again, you got to take on becoming that person. If you right now you just get coming in this business, or maybe you're not making a lot of money, you got to already become that leader. You got to mimic the DLs of the world. You got to mimic top industry leaders. You got to mimic people who you want to become. Right? You got to become that person right now to be able to start attracting that thing in your life. The next thing that you got to do is you got to start doing right now. You can't start doing. You can't start having that $114,000 of residual income, by osmosis. You got to start becoming whatever it takes to become a leader. Whether it's getting up a little earlier, maybe it's staying up a little bit later, maybe it's actually looking forward to helping more people. I believe in the law of compensation. It talks about, the more valuable you are, the Creator's going to use you more, and He's going to open up your territory. He's going to expand you more. So I raise my hand. Every time DL say, look, I need someone to do the call, I'm going to raise my hand. I already see myself being a leader, standing in front of hundreds of people in Baltimore, in Memphis, in Miami, and wherever else we are. I see myself being that person, so I got to start practicing right now. I got to start doing things like this right now. Guys, I'm not comfortable with necessarily in talking in front of people, but guys, I know I got to become that leader. I know I got to get great at speaking in front of people, telling my story. So I got to focus and hone in on my skills, guys, and becoming that leader by doing it, taking on that activity. God's going to continue to bless me so that I can bless other people with this opportunity, because right now, guys, people are starving. They need an opportunity. Jobs are going overseas. Guys, there are people who have master's degrees, doctorates, and they're not making the type of money they need to make. And guys, with all that being said, when you become the person that you need to become, do and take all the action necessary, then you're going to have that manifestation. And again, guys, that's exactly what DL is. That's exactly what his wife is, guys. And I'm just so blessed about this opportunity. I'm so blessed to be a wealth builder, to be a part of this Lavish Life concept, to be amongst all of you guys. I never in my wildest dreams saw myself being in front of or being able to talk in front of so many people. But guys, again, He's put us in this position for a reason, to touch so many people. This company has about 55,000 consultants worldwide. Within the next 12 months, there's going to be another 100,000 consultants. Do you want to be on your team or not? Right now, people are looking for an opportunity. They're looking at Wake Up Now. They're looking at us right now as a staple of what it takes in this home-based business industry to make real money. Ask yourself today, is that going to be you? Do you believe that you're the chosen person to help so many people to get where they're going to be at? Believe it right now, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I'm absolutely blessed about this opportunity. I'm absolutely blessed about helping you guys get into the beaches of the world, the banks of the world. Guys, thank you guys so much. It's been an absolute blessing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mathino, for that call, for those words of wisdom. We appreciate you. Guys, we are officially about to end the call, but before we do, guys, I want to just send out a special thank you to not only Charlotte and Kenny and Mathino, but to everybody that has been a part in helping this process run smoothly, guys. As DL has been gone, you guys don't understand how thankful I am. This has been a task for me, a growth experience for me. It's something that got me out of my comfort zone. But I thank you all, for everybody that has put any effort into helping this movement continue, guys. I thank you all for that from the bottom of my heart. We are officially about to end the call, guys. I hope you have a blessed night. Everybody be safe. Continue to work your business, guys. Let's go out here. Let's help some people. Let's rank up, and let's change our families' lives forever. The call is officially over.